Friends, Sarah here from Your Creative Junction, and I know I have been MIA with some video and some live projects for you, but I promise you I am hard at work here in the workshop doing all sorts of crazy things, and I am really excited to update you on the things that are happening here. We might get into that today, we might not, let's just see. But I am working on this project that is actually a class. Coming up this week and actually is scheduled to be in retreat lineup as well. So I thought I would throw on the camera and just show you what it is that I'm doing. But I have to tell you about this new product that I found that I'm absolutely falling in love with. You guys know from, or you might not know, but if you've seen some of my past videos, you know that we haven't found a paint that I'm loving yet. We're doing lots of barn quilts and we're doing lots of painted projects, and I just was not falling in love with anything that I could find. Anyway, I have been testing this new product and I wanted to share this with you because I do really love this. And this past weekend, we had a couple of classes here and I had customers use it as well. And the feedback from them was really phenomenal. So I'm going to show you what it is that we're working on. We are doing a table centerpiece, basically, that I'm going to make mine generic so that I can swap out the greenery or the fill so that I can do it seasonal. Of course, you guys know how much I love to have multi-use decor pieces. So we're just doing a box. So it's just an empty box with a bottom. And this is the first thing that I have painted with this new paint. And I'm super, super excited to share it with you. It's probably gonna read backwards, but this is Fusion Mineral Paint. And it is painting up like a dream. I'm going to show you because I have some more painting to do as we finish up this project. But I did do 2 coats on this, but on the weekend when we did a class, I think we only did 1 coat on a project. So I think it's going to depend. I was trying to cover something that was already on this. So that's likely why I had to do 2 coats, but the finish is amazing. It is a matte satin finish. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's very much feels kind of like chalk paint, but it's mineral paint. So it is not exactly the same as chalk paint, but I am excited to create on this and can't wait to show you. So let's get started. So this project consists of this box, which let's measure it so you guys know. The dimensions, like I said, this is going to be a class. Oh, you're stuck. This is going to be a class here in the workshop, also at Tinkered Decor and More, and that event will be posted today, and it's also going to be on the docket for retreat, which is super fun. This box is inside dimensions. Let's do that because I think that's 16 on the inside, 1.5 inches and 3/4 on the outside, and 7 inches wide. So it's not a huge box, but it will do a substantial decor piece for your centerpiece. But that's what I have in terms of my vision, but you can put this wherever you want. It could go on a mantle, it could go on a sideboard, it could go on a shelf. I think it's gonna end up being a beautiful piece that you could put anywhere. So I'm gonna drop my camera and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with the rest of this so you can kind of see what it is that we're doing. Get that out of the way. So the second piece to this is jars. So these ones have already been painted. And I will tell you that I found the best price on these jars at Dollarama. Now, I'm in Canada. I highly suggest that you search out where you can find them for the best price. These were $1.50 a piece Canadian, and they are the full liter size. That's the size that I wanted in my box for proportion wise, so that's what I went with. But at this time of year, you might find jars on sale, or you might have jars in your storage. You might be able to find some at the thrift store. Just keep behind. I always keep jars around, so they're definitely something good to have on hand. So I prepped these jars. So this is the last one to be painted. You can see it's kind of got a milky film on it. I prepped it with this product called Ultra Grip. And it is just a milky paint. What it makes is it makes this super sticky. It's not sticky to my touch, but it's going to make it so that the paint sticks to it when I go to paint it. Because as you know, high gloss surfaces are difficult to paint. Even with chalk paint, I find them difficult to paint. So we're going to paint up this one. I'm going to show you how quick and fast and easy it is. So hang on one second. And we'll just turn you down to, I think we're here today. We might actually have to go up a little bit. That's probably better. So you can see a little bit more. There we go. So I am using just my regular old craft brushes, and this is a tester size. So this is the full 16-ounce size, 500 mils. And they have these lovely little tester size, which is 37 mils. And because you use so very little, the testers are a great place to start. See how great that covers. But it gives you the option to test out a whole ton of different colors. Because you know me, I love to have all my colors. So yeah, a really inexpensive way to have great paint, high quality, and be able to test out all of these colors. Now, when you're painting glass like this or anything high gloss, you want to pay really close attention to your brush strokes, which I am going to do. I do the bottom first, and then I come down the sides. And I'm not getting a whole ton of paint, although that time I did. But I'm trying not to get a whole ton of paint on my brush because I don't want it all, I don't want it messy. I only want to have to do one coat because it's covering really well. So I want to pay really close attention to my brush strokes. I don't think you need more than one coat. I'll show you what these look like because they're dry. I'll dry this one for you and you'll see. But I think that one coat is going to be sufficient on these. It's really great. I can't see through it anywhere. So I think that that's really, it's going to work. Let's pull this back here so you can see better. We'll just get this all covered. It only takes minutes. This is a great way to DIY a home decor centerpiece for your table, or maybe you want to give this away as a gift. Would make an awesome gift. So like I said, we're going to do this as a class at Tinker Decor and More this week. And I'm going to post the event in the description of this video, so you can easy peasy just click on over there. But sorry, I can't find my words today. This project is also available as a private event. Will also be available here in the workshop at your Creative Junction. And like I said, is on the agenda for the September retreat, which there is still some space available for that retreat. And lastly, if you are local and you just want to do this on your own, you can pick up a complete kit. So the box and the paints, you get to choose your colors. I should say that. I'm not choosing for you. You get to choose your colors, and you get to choose your design to go on the outside of your box, which we're going to do next. And yeah, you can do it at home. It'll come with the jars and everything you need. You'll just have to have a paintbrush, and then you'll be able to create your own project. So quick and easy, very, very little paint was used. I'm just gonna grab my blow dryer though, and we're gonna blow this dry, as that just speeds up the process. just a matter of minutes. I'm just putting them upside down so that I know for sure they're dry. I think I may have missed a spot. I did indeed miss a spot. Let's get that fanned in there. There we go. All done and ready to move on to the next step. So I'm gonna go quick wash out my brush and cap up my paint so it doesn't dry out. But if you're curious what the color is, this one is called Everett. And it is a lovely gray green. I think it's perfect for fall. My box is painted in Cathedral Taupe. And if you're curious where I got these, they are available at Tinkered Decor and more. And you can get them online as well. So I'll try and leave a link for that in the description of this video. But like I said, I have been struggling to find a paint that I love. And when I find things I love, I always share them with you. So I'm gonna go wash this and I'll be right back. So I'm going to use one of my reusable silkscreen transfers. This is actually our monthly club transfer. So this one is exclusive to my monthly club subscribers. And if you want more information on that, you can just comment club in the comments of this video, wherever you're watching it, because it's going to be published in several places. So I'm actually going to split the transfer. I'm going to put the house over on one side and I'm going to put the words on the other. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm straight and get it all pressed down. These transfers are amazing because it's super quick and easy. You just get it pressed down and use a squeegee and some chalk paste. And I have not prepped this surface at all. I've just painted it. So this is a really great test for this new paint to see whether or not it accepts this chalk paste, and hopefully in the way that I'm hoping that it will. I have no doubt that it will. No doubt in my mind. So I just take my chalk paste with my squeegee and drag it across the silkscreen openings. Easy peasy, anyone can do this. And take off all of my excess. I use very little. Most of that I'm putting back in here. And then I'm going to peel that off. And my gorgeous design is left behind. Let me show you the right way. Isn't that cute? The lines are so crisp. And the design is stinking gorgeous. Love that. Love it so much. So I'm going to dry this so it doesn't smudge. I just use my hair dryer real quick. Only takes a quick second. So this is dry, and this is the top part is sort of hanging off the top. So I'm not worried about it getting any paste anywhere. And I'm going to center between the end of my box and my little house. That's how I'm fine. I'm just eyeballing it, but if you were really concerned, you could pull out a ruler. And I'm also centering between the top of the box and the bottom of the box. And like I said earlier, I am doing this entirely in neutral. I'm not making this sort of season specific, seasonal at all. Because I want it to be able to, I want to be able to switch out what I put in the jars to make it look seasonal. So I think that's going to be the best way to do this. So I'm making sure that it's pressed really good, and I'm going to use my black again. And I'm not. I'm going to use my black, but I'm going to experiment a bit. I want to do this centerpiece in this paint color. Now, I've never done this with you guys before. I've always just used chalk paste, but I think this is an opportunity to try something different. And I love this color. I wanted to use it on my jars, but I didn't. And so I'm going to take just a little bit on my squeegee, not a lot, like really, really tiny, because this is much thinner than, I'm a little nervous. Much thinner than chalk paste, obviously. I'm really hoping that my stencil is really well stuck. And again, no pressure here. I'm just dragging it across. I'm just taking it off the lid because I need so very little. All right, so that's that. We're just gonna leave it. I'll clean up the mess after. And I'll go back in with my black and do the rest. So chalk paste is a lot thicker than regular paint, which is why I said it's an experiment. But I'm happy to experiment on camera. See what happens. And if it messes up, then oh well, I can sand it and I can redo it. It's not a big deal. That's what I love about wood projects, is there's never really a mistake. I can always correct it. So we're gonna try this. We'll just drag this off. And if you're coming to a class and you're using a vinyl transfer, you'll be able to use paint no problem. So you'll have lots of color choices as well. You'll have both options available to you. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it didn't work out too badly, actually. Like that. Okay, I'm going to, let me show you. I don't want to hold it. I don't want it to run, but it looks a little, it looks good. It didn't run or splotch. I'm excited about that. But look at how crisp those other lines are, right? That's why I love the reusable transfers that are sticky, because you get those crisp lines. Oh, I like it. I gotta go wash my transfer. Okay, that is all dry and ready to go. I love how that turned out. It's amazing. I know it's backwards. I will take a picture of it all together. So then the plan is to put all of these in here. Oh, I can see that one's got a spot that I missed. These are all gonna fit right inside of this box. And we are gonna decorate these up and get them all set for our centerpiece. So let me change the camera angle and we'll get doing that. Okay, so let's finish up this project. I have chosen some florals that I actually got from the Dollar Tree, and I just got them recently. We're in mid-August of 2022. So if you are looking for some florals, I highly recommend the Dollar Tree, both in Canada and in the US for sure. They have really stepped up their game. These are Gerber daisies. There are some foxtails, some cattails, some mini mums, some eucalyptus leaves that look really, really authentic. I'm really liking them for sure. I know they've put their prices up a little bit. So has everybody. And I really like the way these are finishing out this project. So I was just playing with them to see if I had enough and to make sure I liked the way they looked. I'm going to put it all together for you now. I am going to wrap some of my jars. Actually, I'm going to wrap all of the jars. So let's do that first. I really think that one coat is fine on these jars. I'm not going to go in with a second coat. They look amazing. But first, coffee. Always coffee. So I'm going to do 2 different treatments on these. One, so I can show you, but 2, because this is a demonstration piece for participants so that they can see what the possibilities are. And I'd like to do a couple of different options. So I'm going to do some twine on 2 of them with a finger bow, and some of this gingham, this orange gingham ribbon, which is super cute, on the other 2. They're all going to get little bows. They're all going to get some ribbon wrapped around. So let's get started on that. I haven't hot glued anything yet, so we're going to do that together. So I just cut ribbon long enough to go all the way around my jar. And I'm going to go ahead, try and get them all lined up sort of in the same place. These jars have a little detail on the front, so I'm going to use that as my reference so that when they're all in the box, they all look like the ribbons are in the right place or in the same place. So I'm just going to use a dab of hot glue, and I'll try not and burn myself today. We'll see, no guarantees. I'm going to go just a little bit on the ribbon and on the jar with one dab so that it's done and it stays put. The ribbon stays together and it stays on the jar. You just never know. And if you've got little fingers around, little kids who like to touch the things, which is great, we encourage them to touch all the decor pieces for sure, but you don't want your ribbons to slide. So easy peasy, just a little bit of glue tacked on the back. And then I'm going to take my bow, which actually needs a bit of a trim, but do that. I'm just going to cut them on an angle. I have not gotten myself a better pair of scissors yet. Still on the list. Maybe I'll make it to Michael's today. We'll see. It's all the way on the other side of town for me, and it's a bit of a chore to get there, but that's cute. So I'm just going to take another dab of glue right in the center, just a little one, and fix my my little bow there, and that's it. Easy, easy. So the nice thing about this though is too, I did say I wanted to be able to use these jars again and put different florals in them. This will come off easily. Hot glue on the glass will peel right off, and that's attached to the ribbon, not to the glass, so it's not a problem. You can swap out those ribbons next season to something different that is more seasonal. I just wanted to check and make sure that the ribbon was, should have done that before, but check and make sure that the ribbon is above the edge of the box so that you make sure that you'll be able to see it. Otherwise, what was the point? So on this one, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to do a couple of wraps of twine, and I get this at the dollar store too. Again, I'm going to start in the back. I'm going to try and see if I can wrap super quick so I can do this all with one little dab of glue. And it's take my end and get it into my glue, hold that down, and then I will wind my twine around several times. It's hitting that glue every time. Oh, it's on a bit of an angle. Let's fix that. And I'll get the end of my twine back in that glue dab so I don't have to add any more, because then it's hidden. It's all underneath the twine. So, and now the glue's not so hot that I can't touch it, and I'll trim it. And you can see from the back that it's all hidden in that little dab of glue. And then I just do these cute little finger bows. I do have a video tutorial on them. I'll see if I can link it for you, but they're super cute. Just a couple of, it's actually 2 loops of the twine and just some little tails. Super easy to do. Your bows don't have to be complicated. I don't think they do anyway. Another little dab of glue right there on the twine, and she's all set. I'm going to repeat that 2 more times, and then I will have my 4 jars ready to go. So there you have it. There are 4 jars with their ribbons inside the box, and I just think they look so stinking cute. And like I said, come next season when it's time for Christmas or it's time for winter, you can totally swap out your ribbons, swap out your fill, and you'll be ready to go for the next season. You can still use the same box. That's why I chose a sort of an everyday home saying for the front. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these. I have cut some of them with my wire cutters. I am not putting any fill or any sponge inside of my jars. I don't think it needs it, but for now, I think I'm just gonna do full stems because I like, these are mixed. Like this is mini mums and then a little bit of green, and these, they almost look like sumac to me, but and I'm gonna put those in with those foxtails. And I'm gonna actually do, I think I'm gonna do the center with, this one's cattails with the mums again. And I just like to like spread them out a little bit so that they're not all clumpied up like that. And then same with the cattails in behind. Those in there. And this is personal preference for sure. You're just gonna fill it to whatever makes you happy, whatever looks good to your eye, because everybody's eyes are different. On this end, I've got this, I've got this mum. It's little, I think they look like mums to me, but it's also got a cute little pumpkin in it, and I think the pumpkin looks cute. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna go that in on this end. And like I said, they don't seem to be moving around a lot, so I'm just gonna leave them. And I really wanted some of this burgundy color because it ties in with the burgundy on the front of the box. So I'm gonna add that in. And then this one I feel just needs a little bit of fill. So I'm gonna go in with these little eucalyptus leaves. And like I said, they don't seem to be moving on me, so I'm just gonna leave them as is. But if you found that they were like shimmying around a lot, then just go ahead and add some floral foam. You can get it at the Dollar Tree as well. And just so that they have something to sort of stick into. But then, yeah, you just fuss about with your leaves. Make sure everything's going in the direction that you like it. I need to see the front. Make sure it's all headed in the right direction for you, and that our flowers are all looking the way you want them to look. And then that's it. It's really not a difficult project to do. And you've got a lovely centerpiece or a shelf piece. It can go on your mantle, it could go on a shelf, on a sideboard, it can go wherever. It's not a huge piece, but it's definitely bringing a lot of color to your home for sure. So like I said, this is a class that's being offered in August and probably in September too. So there will be a link to the registration form in the description of this video. So you can click on it and come and join us and learn how to make this yourself, go home with a completed project. And if that doesn't work for you, or the dates don't line up, or you like to do things on your own, that's totally cool. We'll have complete kits ready for you to take home. You just have to pick them up and select your paint colors and take them home and make your own. And we would love to see a picture when it's done. So I hope you found this video helpful and you've enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up, share the video, share the registration form, and I hope to get to meet you very soon at a class in the near future. All right, take care everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.